Gone off this year than ever before. Referee Marcus Griffiths putting the earpiece in, listening to a podcast and the whole fans will settle down for the opening exchanges here. Terrific stuff. Hull FC, by the way, in the white shirts tonight. Bradford Bulls in the darker shirts, in case you're looking on and wondering which is which. The early bird will be hoping his side can catch the worm here tonight. One or two injuries, of course. Amongst those missing, Jake Arthur and James Bell and John Asiata. Jed Cartwright, Herman Essiese, so they've got some talent to bring back.
Not yet, Rowan.
There's a feeling in the Bradford camp as well that potentially this is a winnable game, and York, of course, laid that platform a couple of nights ago against expectations. Bradford Bulls hoping that they can add their name to the winners' lists at this new weekend of this brand new season. LFC with early touch of the ball, and they'll have to bring it out from deep inside the 20, Terry.
Yeah, isn't it great, though, to see Bradford back in Super League? Four-time Super League champions, won the World Cup Challenge on 3 occasions. All these players now out to earn a big reputation for themselves up against a real fancied Hull FC side this year, let me tell you. Expectations this part of the world are huge.
Yeah, well, they've never been anything less than huge, have they? They've not always delivered on the field. Last few years has been pretty poor, but improvements last year, which has led to renewed optimism for this. And an early penalty here. We are hopefully going to be seeing a much quicker game generally across the board this season, because referees just simply not standing for any closing down of the tackle for too long, and Liam Knight held down for too long.
Yeah, they just want to make sure that they clean the rucks up a bit, make it more of a spectacle to watch for the fans at home and in the stands. Any messing about will be penalised.
Batchelor making his 100th Super League appearance tonight, his first for Hull, the other 99 of course all for St Helens, so he's another one who's settling in. Harvey Hill, another of the newcomers, former Hensingham lad, signed from Wigan, trying to move it wide, but Callum Kemp is caught, but the ball did go backwards, and Will Price able to pick it up. Out of dummy half goes Burrow to this right hand side. Kemp's involved again, a little bit of a skip and a jump, but dealt with once more, closing in on where they want to be here. It's with Caesar now, Price popping it over the top. Martin will come searching back towards this near side. What an incredible year he had, of course, last year. Now it'll be Caesar's left foot that tries to tee it up for Harvey Barron, who got there. I think he might have knocked the ball backwards as well if someone had been able to fall on it, but Bradford managing to rescue the situation. Connor Wynn and taking it away from danger.
Do you know, he's the go-to man, isn't he? Harvey Barron and Lewis Martin, to refer, two of the biggest wingers in Super League. Very good in the air. Unfortunately, couldn't take it on that occasion. And Bradford got it all on now to get away from the line.
Great atmosphere, hoping that's coming across to you back home, and smoky atmosphere as well. The Pyrotechnics before the game, and there's still that bitter taste of cordite hanging in the air. As both sets of players grab for lungfuls of air in these early testing occasions. Mills with a kick away, but it's taken by Price. Looking to add a little bit more razzle-dazzle for Hull FC this year, of course, Will Price.
You know, it's a nice kick. You look at Joe Mellor, number 13. Kurt Haggerty come in. We saw what Salford did and how he worked with Paul Rowley. The coaches that want to throw the ball around. And having someone like Joe Mellor, who started his career as a 7 and played a bit of 9, I think you'll see him have a big influence this year for Bradford.
Aiden taking it in. Pick up from Burrow out of dummy half. Caesar again, just offering it back towards the middle, but Lytton is going to be held up. One play to go here, and Hull FC find themselves still a good 30 metres away, so it's off the boot of Price this time, and up goes Jaden Ockenbaugh. He'll be looking for a big game today. I think it's safe to say his spell at Hull wasn't perhaps his best form, but settled in at Bradford mid-season last year.
Yeah, it wasn't great, was he? Only 8 appearances for the club before they let him go. Here he is again, wanting to get his hands on the ball. Prove the doubters wrong.
Good offload as well, which kind of releases a bit of adrenaline on this left-hand side. A chance for Bradford to get themselves back inside their opponent's half. Wynn held up 5 inside the half. Mellor's involved as they shuffle it across, but it's not going any further than Russell on that occasion. Collects from Akers, who'll dart and dash, but just pinned it to the ground with the attentions of Hill. Last play, Keys puts it high, and Ockenbour's underneath it. The ball's gone to ground. It's going to be picked up, but then I think Russell has slid out of play. Let's hear what the referee's got to say here.
We have no try. Just confirm, knock on or touch.
Well, he's putting it up for no try. Video referee with an early involvement.
That's what I think.
Liam Moore is our video ref tonight.
Comes off the whole man's leg there at that point. So what happens from here? Then hits Lewis Martin. So let's see where he is in terms of proximity. Yeah, so he's in front at that point. Yeah, so he's in front. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, so we can see it isn't a try, but it's an accidental offside against Hull FC, which is the first offence. Okay. I've made my decision.
So fixed hand over 10 and 10.
So
Okay, Bradford ball, yeah.
accidental offside will give possession back to the Bradford Bulls, but there's a bit of a disaster going on for them in the meantime. Here's the decision, no try, we know that. I think he was fairly certain it was going to be no try as soon as it went up. But while that was happening, Jaden Ockenbourg was getting some treatment and he is limping off. There you can see, well, a disastrous start to the game from his point of view. On a night he would have loved to have impressed, as Terry was saying, and it looks like that's the end of the road for him.
Yeah, Dave, he came down. It was a good challenge in the air, wasn't he? But he comes down and he just twists, doesn't he? And just goes over. They're fortunate they've got someone like Ed Chamberlain on the bench.
Well, it means that Bradford get the ball back and they've got an excellent attacking position here, 10 metres away from where they want to be. Mellor putting the skids on and then the brakes and trying to dance his way through. Akers waits again, looking to feed them on, and Sutton. It's had a frustrating couple of years in the NRL as Ryan Sutton, with all the injury problems he's had. Looking for some luck here. Oh, the ball is a good one, and Wonga Blake will find a way across that whole line. And in a weekend that has provided us with so many shocks and upsets already, Bradford Bulls get the early start they so desired. Wonga Blake with a try, and it's Bradford who have the lead.
Well, I spoke to Kurt Haggerty before, and he said he's quietly confident for this year, and what they want to do, they want to compete, which they have done in the opening 5 minutes, and they want to entertain. Well, they're certainly throwing the ball around. This was a brilliant ball, wasn't it? Just threaded through from Rome Mills. And another player, Blake, who didn't have the best of starts in his Super League career at St Helens. He gets on the shoulder of Fulton and comes up with the opening try for Bradford back in Super League. It's a big start for them. It's a start they needed, and it's one way of trying to shut the crowd up a bit.
Well, he's one of those players, isn't he, on whose shoulders heavy responsibility lies this season, Wonga Blake, with all his top-class experience. Meantime, Rowan Milnes with a chance to add a couple from that left-hand side, and it could not be any more perfect than that. And 6-0 with 6 minutes played.
Well, the big thing is take your opportunities, just play off the field position that you get. Well, it was said, and in the build-up to this, when we were talking about what does Kurt Haggerty bring, he brings like a brand of rugby like this. Take your chances, make sure you push up into the next hole, support your teammate, and Blake, to the delight of the fans, goes in to score the opener.
Well, he's quite an apprenticeship, hasn't he, Kurt Haggerty, with Paul Rowley at Salford these last few years.
Amazing, really, his career. Like, he retired as a rugby player at 27 years of age. Went over to Toronto as an assistant, went to Leigh, then at Salford, now gets his chance to coach a team.
Had a year as a Bradford player, didn't he? And you look at his list of teams. Blackpool Panthers. Remember the Blackpool Panthers from 15 years ago. Anyway, his side at the moment very much in the present. Logan Lewis with a carry. Ackers will kick from behind the 40, but doesn't really threaten the touchline. Price across there to sweep up. But it's a decent chase.
Yeah, well, you certainly need a good chase when you got Will Price in a bit of space at the back.
Here's Martin, and it's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, well, the referee, Marcus Griffiths, was calling out the marker, saying that you weren't square. But a quick play, the ball just makes you feel a bit uneasy. You just want to try and get involved and stop the play and slow it down.
Well, it's very, very early. Good heavens, we've only played 8 minutes, but all FC fans, one or two in here tonight, will be just thinking, harking back to last season when this ground was so unlucky for them. It took them a heck of a long time to get their first win at home last year. A very good away record, but for a long time their home form wasn't brilliant.
There was only one win in the opening 7.
Here's Burrow. Little flick away, Kemp's involved again, and Caesar. That's a quick play, the ball from him as well, and Kemp's in there quickly, and Price tries to slide it through, but the intercepted pickup.
I think it's Ed Chamberlain who just manages to get hold of that ball. I thought one of the passes from Hull went a touch forward, but no matter what, Bradford get the ball. Again, just trying to work it away from their red zone through Joe Mellor.
Chamberlain on the pitch in replacement of Ockenbo against his parent club as well. Ekins can't scrag his way through. Another set of 6. So a restart here for Bradford. Sutton.
Play on short on the 10-1.
Ackers looking out left. Ekins involved again. Still got plenty of tackles in the bag here. Mellor.
I'll get him on the next one. Penalty.
Well, it's going to be a penalty. Late shot from Amir Burrow, I think it was. So the penalty goes Bradford's way.
Well, that's what you get when you've got a loose forward that can naturally play.
Unnecessary.
Joe Mellor goes at the line. He just entices that defence to just come in and put a bit of a shot on him.
Unnecessary.
And he goes, he's taking the steps, and he passes the ball, and just you can see the number 9, Burrow, just a little nudge in the back, which is enough.
So Bradford find themselves in an excellent attacking position again. Hull FC need to be on their mettle here. Chilly night, but not too cold. Conditions just as you'd expect at this time of the year. Fulton. Ackers. Charging effort from Logan Lewis. A little surge at the line, but he's lost the ball here, and the touch judge is on to tell the referee the ball has been lost, and Hull FC congratulating themselves on that defensive effort.
Yeah, well, Lewis, he's a powerful player, isn't he? Ex-Salford prop forward, takes the ball in. He goes at night, goes at Burrow. You can just see, just loses it with the attention. The body's over the top. I mean, Burrow, the man who gave the penalty away, you can just see he made amends for that then by forcing that error in front of the sticks.
Shot clock off. Bowling.
So Callum Kemp to feed, the 19-year-old. His twin brother will be sitting on the sidelines watching on as well. Two 19-year-olds who've predicted big futures here. I've seen them both feature various stages in recent years.
Away, Lachlan. Hold. Go to.
Nisborough. Scamper up by himself, doesn't make too much of a mark.
Hold. Play on, escape to the side, free.
Effort from Knight.
Hold. It's a dive, get up.
It's a dive, says the referee. No uncertain terms. Caesar with a kick downfield. There's a lot of travelling to be done here from Caleb Aikins, who does the job of keeping it in play. But look at the chase from the Hull FC defence.
That's a great kick. The first man who was up there as well was Aidan Caesar, the man who kicked the ball. Very good defensive attitude. That's what the coach, Cartwright, will be looking for.
Go to, just give a step, I'm here. Yeah, keep logging. Harvey Arms! No, Eliam. Wait, go free, good work.
Mills with a pickup. Blake just a yard or two. Mellor.
No. Release! 5. Go 5.
Hackers.
10 started. 10 boys!
There's the kick that is steepling, but is taken safely enough by Will Price.
Contact. Lachlan away! Hold it, Zach, go 1.
Well, Will Price, just 10 appearances last year. I think he's a big sign, isn't he? You look at that back line, Dave, and I was looking at it before. If 5 of the starting 7 are 23 and under, they are building for the future here, aren't they?
Yeah, and arriving in the present as well. I mean, Lewis Martin last year, outstanding, only 21 years of age. Yeah. But what was it, 25 tries in the Super League, 32 in all last season. Super League's top try scorer, just about at the end of the year. Caesar gets the kick away. Aikins underneath. And no pressure from the chase, but it's a wall that stands in front of him.
Hold, not only Cal, go 1.
Well, John Cartwright knows that he's got a very good side. I like to grind out those wins, sign some real big players, imposing players.
Connor Wynne. 100th career appearance for him tonight as well. Connor Wynne, 36 of those here at Hull FC. Ackers, eventually. Mills gets it away, and there's just a hint of a break from Fulton. Ackers again. Looped by Mills. The chase is on, and Wonga Blake, well, he did get there. I was going to say very nearly got there. He did get there, but the bounce off his chest means that it will end up in a decision going Hull's way for the knock-on, and they get the ball back 10 metres further downfield.
You can see him though, he's disappointed, isn't he? He got his hands on it, unfortunately couldn't bring it in. But they are managing to land on the front. They're getting the noses through the defensive line. They're playing it quick. They are creating some decent opportunities early on in this game, Bradford.
Wonga Blake's got one of those nasal bands across his nose. Remember when those were all the rage? Probably at the start of Super League.
I was going to say, that was about 30 years ago, that, wasn't it?
Maybe it's a retro thing from Wonga Blake. It's marking this landmark year. Hull FC inside the Bradford half. But they've only got a couple of plays to go. Caesar, this now is Price, who is almost through and then just shakes off Mills' attention, puts the kick in. The catch off the bounce is by Batchelor, who marks his debut with a try for his new club. 100 Super League appearances, one of those for the black and whites, and he's a try scorer to boot. And they're back in the running.
Well, that's what you get, isn't it? From Will Price, full of energy. And when he gets through the line, he knows that he's got to try and create something. And Joe Batchelor, one of those players who's coming on a 3-year deal to change the fortunes of Hull FC. Aidan Caesar, Will Price, just a show and go. And you can see Batchelor just pushing up in centre field, showing his support for Will Price. And Will Price, well, he backed himself. He couldn't get a clean pass away. So the next best thing was to drop it onto the boot, knowing that Batchelor will be there to support. Well, we've got a game on now, haven't we?
Okay, I'll speak to him. Shot clock's off, mate.
Bit of city rivalry between the brothers now, between Joe and James, and Joe gets his Hull FC career off to a fantastic start. And Will Price will stick it over, and it is all square at 6 points apiece, and that'll settle nerves in these parts for the home fans.
Yeah, well, he certainly needed that, didn't he? You can see Gareth Ellis just laying down laws, one of the coaches here. And again, Will Price, just that show and go, the speed to get him out of trouble. Brings in 3 players. He's like a magnet when he's carrying the ball. Will Price is that dangerous. But Bachelor, you like the energy, you like the effort that he shows. And he showed throughout his career. And that's exactly what they needed. And John Cartwright was after.
Happier man. Up in the lofts.
Enough space, Andy, yeah?
John Cartwright.
Right up. Stay on!
Ex-Brisbane assistant coach, of course, John Cartwright, so he'll be more than an interested observer for that big World Club Challenge game in this very stadium next Thursday night.
Away, Joe, get on the rock!
7:30, I think the kick-off will be on air much earlier than that on Sky Sports. Hull Kingston Rovers against the Brisbane Broncos. It's going to be quite a night.
Go to, play on, Scruffy. No!
Bachelor again.
Hold. Game free.
Pick up on a dash from Burrow. Price skipping over bodies to make sure he gets in there to keep this progress going.
Well, you can see as soon as you get one quick play of the ball, it's really hard to recover as a defender.
Back it comes from Caesar. It's a spin on the ball. Aikins catches well.
Harvey moving square. Not early, on the foot. Go down.
Here's Masters. Some decent players in that Bradford lineup, isn't there? There's Dad Leon, by the way, with the colourful hat on, watching his young son Will. Penalty for Bradford.
Yeah, Leon Price then, well, he was a big part of the success, wasn't he, back in the day? For Bradford, here supporting Hull FC, I'm sure. Well, you will have fond memories of playing for Bradford back in the day.
Yeah. Still enjoying the game. Is that
his brother Carl as well?
Carl next
on the right.
One to him. He was a huge player, wasn't he?
Go.
A winger as well.
Both had very decent. I mean, Carl Price scoring record was pretty excellent when you look back on it. Anyway, let's concentrate on the match in hand. Here comes Mellor. See, put back again, and a burst from Blake, and a ball away, and Connor Wynn will dash for the corner. Hasn't that silenced the majority in here? The former Hull FC favourite scores against his old club, and it's his newfound supporters who are rejoicing.
Well, Bradford, what they want to do, light up this competition. And they won't die wondering, will they? Connor Wynn, like you said, used to play for the Black and Whites. Back in 2019, he made his debut. But Joe Mellor comes over from one side of the ruck to the other. Blake gets through the line. And he looks dangerous, doesn't he, Blake? Certainly gives them some punch over on this left-hand side here. Gets through. Barron and Hardacre and Wynn there just pushing up to support. Well, they're not going to go away, are they, Bradford? Seen some really good signs from Kurt Haggerty's men.
There we go, it's on.
Well, a tale of two former Hull wingers. One has ended disastrously, the injury to Ockenbohr, but the other has a bit of glory in the narrative. Wynn, a try scorer. And Rowan Milnes with a chance here to give his side that 6 points lead again. Difficult angle, difficult position. Shot clock counting down to add to the pressure, and he's just pulled it wide. So it remains as Hull 6, Bradford 10, and we midway through this first half, Terry.
Well, excellent player. You just watch Joe Mellor. Every time he gets his hands on the ball, he makes things happen.
Well done.
It's not like frantic, it's not made up play. Like we said, when the first try was scored, just keep pushing up, push up into a hole, support your teammate. And the Bradford fans, well, they've come out in the numbers and they've been rightly entertained the first quarter of the game.
Your hands are still on him, you need to get out the ruck, mate. No, but you just need to let go.
Kurt Haggerty up there. Brian Noble is up there as well, who has very much been a part of the Bradford Bulls Super League story, hasn't he, down the years as coach. Well, thunderous effort coming in.
Go on. Makes a 10. Romano.
Those are the match stats so far. You can see that Bradford are making quite a significant number of post-contact meters, more than Hull FC. So.
Yeah, they're very powerful, aren't they, the way they're carrying the ball. 6 tackle busts to 2. Aribi Doro on the field as well for them. They'll give him a big impact in his second spell after spending time over on the east part of Hull.
Away, Zach! Hold. Go for.
Ackers.
Okay.
Sutton again across the line. Doro was searching for that in case there was a ball coming his way, but there wasn't. So on the last, Bradford find themselves one play to go and a kick inevitably from Keys. Price with a catch. Again, it's a decent chase from the Bradford Bulls.
Well, they just can't go away for that throughout this game. You can't open it up for the likes of Price and Barron and Lewis Martin at the back. All three of them have got some decent speed about them. It is Barron, big and powerful every time he carries the ball.
Well, this is Kemp again, and he's done well to burrow inside that half and then get that pass away as well.
No, he might be young, but he's tough, isn't he? Everyone you talk to around Hull says the same.
Penalty.
Oh, there's a penalty. That's a late shot.
Far too late, Ryan.
Well, just want to force the young man into passing the ball, don't they? Young Callum Kemp. Get in his eye line.
Like we spoke about in pre-season, that's a win.
And Sutton, it is.
I mean, they put some trust in him, haven't they, here tonight, Callum Kemp, because obviously Jake Arthur would have been first choice, but for injury, but they've given him the chance. Might have gone with a more experienced player, maybe a Hardacre out of position in there, but they've decided they've got confidence in the youngster.
Well, he backs himself as well, doesn't he? You'll see him, he'll be strutting around in the pre-season training with the first team boys. The first team boys know exactly what they're going to get from him.
Well, they've decided they want the 6, not the 2, as Aiden leads the drive. Burrow marching up there. Suddenly the numbers come to this side with Caesar. Knight, arms wrapped around him. The ball has been lost. Handling error. And Bradford Bulls will get it back.
You want to challenge it? Challenge it.
Captain's challenge.
Time off. Let me do this first. Liam, Hull challenging the decision of a knock-on. Captain's challenger either.
So Hull challenging the knock-on. So let's hear from the video referee.
Okay, we have a captain's challenge. Hull are challenging the on-field decision of a knock-on. So we're just looking to see, does the ball come loose? So we can see Knight's in possession at this point. Still in possession. Let's review any further angles. It's in the grip at that point, and it comes out of the grip. See that. Is there any intent to steal?
That right arm of Fulton.
Is that a pulling action on the ball? Yeah, you can see that it's Fulton's right arm, confirming there is 2 men in the tackle, and you can see he clearly has a grip under the ball and pulls the ball downwards, which constitutes a ball steal. The challenge is successful.
Well, there you go. We're seeing a few of these successful challenges this year, aren't we? And it is not a knock-on. It will be reversed, and it will be a penalty for Hull FC.
I thought he was going to go the other way at the start. Liam Knight, well, he was adamant, wasn't he, that the ball was stripped, and he was right, looking for his captain to challenge that decision.
So here comes the charge and the roar from the crowd. Lingy Sao puts his best foot forward. They shift it right. Kemp's involved, Price is involved, the long pass, and he's a finisher. Harvey Barron in at the corner, picking up what it all left off last year. The outside backs of Hull FC are thrill machines, and they're back level again with Harvey Barron's score.
Oh, just on the back of a new 2-year deal, well, that's the way to celebrate it. Signing it in round one. And look at the size of him, young Harvey Barron, 22 years of age. Said before, ball for the wing has caused a lot of good defenders problems last year in Super League. 22 years of age, scores, he's so powerful, gets an opportunity, clear strip from Fulton. He challenges it, they get the ball back, and it's nice, it's clinical over on this right-hand side, and a nice ball from Price, and there was just too much from Connor Wynn to do here to stop the big winger for going in, and you can just see how he rides the tackle, just puts all his weight on his left-hand side, bumps off Connor Wynn and goes in for the try.
Brilliant example of the new rule, that as well, by the way, because I think last year that might have got up as a video referee call and would have all been hanging around, but while the celebrations were going on, that was being quietly checked in the background by Liam Moore very efficiently, and he's confirmed that try a good few seconds ago, which allows Price to kick that over and give his side the lead for the first time at 12 points to 10.
Yeah, it's a nice kick, isn't it, as well, from Will Price, but nice shape, nice pass, and a powerful finish, really. Connor Wynn is a good defender over on the left-hand side for Bradford, but he couldn't prevent him from scoring that try. Well, they've got a big future here at Hull FC, I believe, in the next few years, if they can keep hold of these youngsters in particular in the back line.
Test of character now for Bradford, having led twice and finding themselves behind.
Yeah, absolutely, but I don't think they'll panic, though. They'll have that siege mentality that nobody expects them to come here and get a win in round one. Well, there's some good players in, there's some real experience in that Bradford side.
Price marches up to dummy half. Just a reminder of what's coming next week. Hull KL Brisbane, 6:30. We're on air next Thursday night. And live from Vegas the week after Hull Kingston Rovers against Leeds, 11:30 on air for that one. Well, it's such a fantastic year. The two French clubs, of course. Two new English cities represented in Super League this year as well. Big events to come in Paris and at the new Everton Football Stadium. Magic weekend. We are licking our lips in anticipation of everything, even though we're still only on week one.
Well, Hull FC now just trying to turn the pressure up. Now on Bradford. Kick them down near their own try line. And I tell you what, there's a figure they're not going to want to see as there's, 14 minutes to go till half-time. That's Sam Lasoni getting warmed up, ready to come on.
Oh, here's Toro doing a bit of damage as well. Could be thunder meets thunder when Lasoni comes on the field as well. The offload is good. Sutton. It's a kick from behind the 40 from Joe Keys, and this is a tough one for Price to get his head round and hands round, and the touch judge on the far side has said it has gone out of play, and this is going to give Bradford an excellent position here. Referee eventually making his whistle sound.
Well, he will try that spectacular play, and he's always tried it throughout his career, even coming through Huddersfield. It's a good kick, isn't it, from Keys?
Well, he's not out of play. Right, well, there's no challenge.
Wow.
So Bradford get the play the ball. He's taken it into touch. So Bradford with a play the ball, 10 metres out, looking for a quick strike back, having conceded just moments ago. This is Fulton. 5 plays to go from here. Noise level just gets a little louder inside this stadium. Sutton driving it in. Here comes Akers. It's a run to the left. Doro went over there as well. Mills is the man who takes it in. Akers again. Doro just goes direct, and it's a penalty for a high tackle. So at the very least another set, possibly 2 points to be had here.
Yeah, on the third play as well. You give that penalty away, and yeah, you go for 2 points, wouldn't you? If you're Bradford, or would you keep it alive? Well, Joe Mellor just looking like he's organising here. They don't want to go for the safety play of taking 2 and drawing it all level. They're going for the 6.
They're going to win the game. They've got to keep scoring tries, haven't they? So here they come, and what an opportunity, because it's a second set for them to have a go. Chamberlain angling it in. Akers switching it back. Mellor trying to get it to Sutton. Hits Sutton, goes to ground. It's a knock-on. Well, it's a waste of an opportunity, but Hull FC will say that they have done their job defensively.
Yeah, well, the Hull FC players now will get a lot of confidence from that, from keeping Bradford out. Bradford, on reflection, you take the 2 all day. I know, like you said, you've got to score some tries to go ahead and win this game. But keeping it tight, keeping it level. Sutton just couldn't take it. Romano just in his eye line. Forces that error from him. And the celebrations now from the FC players.
So Hull FC just looking to scramble their way downfield as quickly as they possibly can here. Barron leading that charge, but Bradford, I was going to say Bradford would love to put in 5-6 big tackles here, but they're offside. And that is a real get-out-of-jail card free here for Hull FC.
Well, do you know why they were getting off the line quick, Dave? Because Sam Lasoni was lining up to get the ball. They wanted to take away as many metres off him as they could.
Another of those new signings is Lasoni. Hardacre. Cade Cust is on the field, slotting into dummy half, and here comes Big Sam, already a local favourite, with his first touch of the ball for his new club in Super League. And I think the crowd have made them their feelings aware to all around. And then the ball steal as he tries to pick himself up, and he gets a penalty.
Look, he's hard to handle. He's a big man. He picked out his former teammate at Leeds Rhinos, Andy Akers, who did a decent job to keep hold of him. But when he ramps up, you've just got to get your bodies in front and try and stop him.
And that was Liggy Sow, who's hardly a small man. This is Caesar, and now Price, who pops one over the top. A step back on the inside for Martin, but the defensive cover is there in numbers, thwarting those ambitions. Litton slinging it to Caesar. Oh, and he was caught in possession there, Callum Kemp. That was a good read from Blake, but it's the penalty again for Hull.
Unfortunately, it's a knock-on, isn't it?
It's a knock-on,
yeah,
that's what it is, yeah.
Yeah, he comes in, doesn't he, Blake? He nearly does everything right. You can just see he closes the play down. Unfortunately, it comes off his left hand as he's trying to effect the tackle on young Callum Kemp. But it's a nice read, isn't it? He pulled the trigger, goes in, stops the play. There's 3 men on, 3-man overlap.
Well, here's an opportunity for Hull FC. Litton offside against the Bradford Bulls.
Yeah, I think it's Ed Chamberlain over there on the right-hand side. Just stood in front of the referee, and Hull FC just looking to keep the pressure on here.
Here comes Sow. Right to the ground. It's taken a little bit of energy out of that Bradford defence, no doubt. Caesar, Lasone, but Wonga Blake was right into his ribcage from the moment he got the ball. The play of the ball is good. Dummy shown by Cust. Price back in there. Lasone playing the role of pivot. Caesar goes left. Litton hunted down, beats them all, beats 3 with a little bit of strength and some fabulous footwork. And Davy Litton over to score, and Hull FC stretch their lead.
Well, Davy Litton, we saw the talent last year come through. He missed the opening rounds of Super League, but played the last 23. He's a quality player, isn't he? Another one off the production line here from Hull FC. And Davy Litton, again, he gets all this ball. Lasoni looks to pass the ball out. Caesar just hits Litton, steps goes through, gets through. Some poor efforts in defence, really. If you're in a Bradford shirt, there was enough players there that had hold of him. But you can just see he gets rid of Chamberlain and manages to get in. I think it was Masters as well he got rid of. And it's been a good response, really. Bradford turned up with the right attitude here.
A rehearsed celebratory handshake there you might have seen with Zach Hardacre. That'll be doing the rounds on social media, no doubt. Price has stuck the ball between the uprights and 18 points to 10. And for the first time, Hull FC have a 2-score lead here. An element of comfort with 7 minutes to the break.
Yeah, well, the fans starting to celebrate now. A bit more relaxed the way Bradford turned out. You can see Masters on the wing. He gets rid of Chamberlain, gets rid of Masters, gets round the full-back as well, Aitken. And it's a good play, this, from the young man, isn't it? He certainly knows how to get to that try line. And there was a bit of a problem with Aribi Doro, the number 15 for Bradford. He got some attention when that try was scored from the physio.
Just to reiterate Terry's point earlier, Will Price 23, Harvey Barron 22, David Litton 22, Lewis Martin 21. The youthfulness of that back line, but my goodness, the impact they're already making early in their careers.
Yeah, that's right. It's not as though they're just starting out in the career. There's a lot of Super League experience with those young men.
Here's Cust. Hardacre wants to get involved, but Price takes over as the dummy half. Hayden down the middle. Cust again. It's Sao. Last play is the next. So it's with Caesar and the boots. It's hanging up there. Taken in by Aikens again, but again nowhere to go because just corralled by those chasing defenders.
Yeah, well, they're just finishing the sets off well, and again, look at that line speed. There's nowhere to go for some of these Bradford players.
Those post-contact meters have levelled up and tipped the other way now, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. It was heavily in Bradford's favour early on in the game. Like I said, the scales have tipped now.
Here's Ackers waiting patiently at the heels of Masters. Half break.
Hold. Go for. Play on.
Blake offering it to several, eventually dropping it off for Aikens.
Hold. Go far.
Ackers on the last. Keys is putting it end over end, this one, and Price has got the measure of that with a huge, prodigious leap. The referee had a good long look at that before deciding that it was a penalty rather than an accidental collision. But they are going for a captain's challenge here, are they?
They're challenging an escort.
Yep, captain's challenge
Liam.
Underway.
Bradford are challenging the decision that's happened in the air. They're claiming an escort prior.
They're saying there's an escort, you've heard that. So let's hear from the video referee.
OK, our captain's challenge. First of all, we're confirming it's onside. So we can confirm 4 feet behind the ball at that point, which the ball is outstretched.
What's up, mate?
I'm happy to play on from this point. So let's see what happens.
I was seeing if you were going to play on. If you were going to play on, you'd have might score.
He's running to the ball at that point.
Oh, is that what it was?
Can you keep watching the speed of the ruck for us an attack?
I've got it.
Please.
Don't worry, I'm on to it.
He's entitled to run towards the ball.
Aiden.
Just confirming where he comes from. Any other angles? Is he going to be the best one? Camera 4 is going to be the best one. So Batcher's got eyes on the ball. He's running towards the ball. And you can see they collide. And then he makes contact in the air. That it doesn't constitute an escort because he's running towards the ball and he's got eyes on the ball. So the challenge is unsuccessful.
Aiden, on the money. On the money. You're on the money.
I've seen it play live.
It's going to be all penalty, won't it?
So we're back to where we were. Penalty for Hull FC to clear their lines.
He's got more honest than I am,
He was
to
pretty
be
confident
honest.
as well, wasn't he, Masters, that he was nudged off the ball and
challenges
he
left,
played for
boys.
that Batchelor, but he was just trying to get back Batchelor and just give that man a bit of comfort at the back. You can just see eyes on the ball from Batchelor. He's just looking up, isn't he? Looking where his fullback is.
4.5 minutes of the half remaining. LFC found themselves under pressure for large quantities of this first period, but now in the driving seat. And another try before the break would certainly fuel this place's enthusiasm for what they're watching.
Off the ball. Hold.
Cust. Aiden pops it back and Caesar goes wide, and Hardacre quickly out to Barron because he knows his threat and he knows his ability to beat those men tight, but he's cut back middle. Still have a couple of plays to go. Price. Caesar. Well, it's developing on that left-hand side, but Bradford's defence is across there very well. It looked for a moment as though they could have the numbers and the width, but Bradford's defenders tracked across quickly. Caesar, unusual kick. Hardacre, this is the last. The kick for the corner. The chase is on again, but it's the ball that wins that race, and a tap back on the 20.
Well, it's a good defensive set from Bradford. They're keeping the shape. They're not panicking. They're pushing off. They've been pretty disciplined as well. And you can just see them numbering up. Hardacre gets the ball in. Wynn just has a little look over the right shoulder, knowing that there's too much on that ball. And like you said, Dave, now they just don't want to concede now. Coming up to half time.
One, go one, Cade.
Hackers with the one-handed pick-up, forward pass, yep. Referee was showing that straight away, and touch judge on the far side helping him out on that matter. A loose play by the Bulls.
Yeah, but Skur come up with a decent carry, really. And Andy Hackers, look, they're just trying to play it fast, aren't they? Get over that advantage line, just kept hold of it for just a split second too much. Andy Hackers, he was trying to just keep hold of those markers just to give Masters a bit of space behind to play the ball.
Here's Hardacre.
It's a big set defensively here for Bradford.
Cust has to get in there quickly.
Yeah, nice shot. Hackers under the ball.
Hold. Go on. Evan, shot.
Cust again. This is Kemp. Caesar. And again in motion. And again with a threat. A skip from Will Price.
Hold.
Final 2 minutes of the half. Prime position for FC. Cust coming back to the middle again, and here he comes, the steam train for Sam Lissoni. Slowed down by a couple of bodies, stopped by a couple more. Caesar puts the kick in. That chase is again won by the ball. Not quite judging the bounce, the speed off the pitch, and Bradford get a 7-play set to come.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed with the end of that set. Still had another tackle off the bag, just too much on that kick from Aidan Caesar.
Go zero.
So 6 from here. Miller.
Through the line. Pulls up short.
Bradford would dearly love, of course, to get a score before we hear that hooter sound. And they will finish the half with ball in hand. Miller looking to straighten up. It was a pass that maybe asked a little too much of Evan Skur.
Yeah, well, you're just playing back into the teeth of the defence, aren't you? Tip the ball back on the inside. He hadn't switched off Hull FC. Joe Mellor had already made his mind on what he was going to do when he had hold of that ball. And you could see that Joe Batchelor was just loitering with intent, the number 11 for Hull. The ball needed to go out wide to challenge them on the edges rather than in the middle.
Caesar out to Price, and he looked for a kick and a chase. It was knocked down, but it has given Hull possession back again. I think that play very much reflective of how long is left in the game. This first half, just about 15 seconds. Another set of 6, not that that matters. So, Cust. This will be the last play as the hooter sounds in the background, so the kick and the hope, but caught safely enough. And Eason Masters keeps the ball safe to just see that first half out, and this big crowd A lot of Hull fans off their feet at the end of that first half to applaud their side's efforts. We've seen them have to come from behind twice in the game. It's been vibrant and buoyant from the Bulls at times, but those two late tries from Harvey Barron and Davy Litton ensuring that Hull FC lead this first half by 18 points to 10. Will Price, who gets things going in this second half. Hull FC settled by those two late scores from Harvey Barron and Davy Litton, or scores in the second half of the first half rather, to give them that lead. Referees on the field, Marcus Griffiths, last man out there, but he's good to go now, and so we are able to get this second half underway. Will Price sticks it up in the air, and Bradford Bulls will get first touch of the ball in this second period, and Evan Skur with a good carry and gets a penalty as well. Had a bit of illness this week as Evan, not a guaranteed starter today, but he's overcome that, and that's a very decent carry.
Yeah. Well, you know what you're going to get from him. He's not the biggest. He came through the ranks in his 8th season. He just plays one way. He's aggressive, carries the ball well, and just tries to get through the line.
So positive start from the Bulls' point of view. The majority of this set, you'd feel, would be inside their opponent's half. Doro challenging. Ackers taking over as general. Skur's involved again here.
Joe, get off the ball! Go to, good time.
Picked up from dummy half by Ackers. Miller's involved, and here now is Russell, Dan Russell, the Papua New Guinean, who's taken his side to within about 22 strides of where they want to be.
Hold. Can you play it, Dan?
Oh, he's hurt here as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Dan Russell, we saw that terrible injury in the first half of Jaden Ockenber. Went off with a knee problem and has gone for the game. And here now we see Dan Russell on his Super League debut for this club, looking at a bit of strife.
Yeah, and players don't stay down. You know, they're in that good field position. They know that they've got to get up and play the ball really quickly. And Russell just looks like he's in a bit of strife, doesn't he?
If you tuck and rotate, it's a shoulder charge.
Well, we're going to make some contact.
And just do it like that. I mean, that's why I don't tackle.
You see he's pushing, he's working hard. And then what happens?
Pardon, yeah, it will be, but this could be a green card.
Lingy South comes in, does just land on his ankle.
It's getting reviewed.
It is being reviewed here, as we can hear from the referee.
Yeah.
So the video referee's having a look at this. See if there's anything untoward.
Is it worth chopping on the pot, do you think, William?
Well, he's up on his feet, that's good news.
Yeah.
But I think that might be as good as the news gets, because he's still looking in a great deal of discomfort, and all the signs at the moment are that he is coming off here, Dan Russell, and is. So Ryan Sutton has collected the board and will be going on in his place.
I know sometimes we don't see eye to eye.
And this is a very slow and painful walk to the sidelines.
Well, I'm not a big fan of the third man when they come in around the legs. And look, Lingy South, he's a big fella, but he just adds pressure to it. I think it's around the ankle
but don't go early.
of Russell.
Off the pitch. Not yet, boys. Time back up. Run and play the ball.
Looks like he's gone for the game, doesn't it? Meantime, his teammates have an opportunity here. Put that to one side, because can they make something of this position? Fulton with a carry. Ackers, 3 to his left. That quickly switches now because players move to this right-hand side. Aikens made a late run to try and create a few numbers, but they go down the middle. One play left to go. Ackers collects, puts it back again. Aikens involved, sees a bit of a gap, but it is dealt with by that whole defence.
Well, do you know, it's still not a bad place to turn the ball over, though, is it? Trapped in the corner, Hull FC. This is where you've got to go to work and do a number on them when you're defending. That's good defence. Great defence from Bradford.
is in square. He is, though. Away and off the ball! Go to.
Yeah, nice work from Barron.
Ryan, move and square! Nialley, hold. Go free.
Trying to get through this set as quickly and with as much efficiency as possible here, Hull FC, to try and take it downfield if they can. Big man's involved again.
There you go.
Lassoni up to the halfway line and Swift to his knees and back to his feet. And a kick from Kemp. Underneath it, Akins will hear the hooves charging his way.
Well, just that one big carry then enabled you to kick the ball on the front foot. Callum Kemp managed to place the ball exactly where he wanted.
Here's Blake.
Hull FC themselves just trying now to do a bit of damage in defence.
The outside back's getting a bit of work done. Big men of Bradford been involved in a battle. Energy levels may be a little low. That's behind the 40 when it was kicked, but Will Price rather, able to pick it up off the bounce and with the help of Lewis Martin bring it back a little.
You know, it's not a bad kick though, is it? Just to turn Price around.
Here's Litton. Cust. Romano, Artur Romano making his debut in the back row for Hull FC tonight. Aiden. Cust again. A little overstep of the mark there. Will Price had to hold his run because the play the ball was a little slower as Romano trying to bolster it forward again. They're on the last. Price sticking it high and it's gone. Yeah, knock on, clear knock on from David Litton as he went up there.
Yeah, he'd call that though. Will Price had told Litton and told Martin to just stay alive because that's the side word he's going to go to. David Litton just couldn't quite take the ball in. It's a nice kick, wasn't it? Just putting them under pressure in the corner. Just goes through his hands.
Good news from the dressing rooms at half-time in terms of the messages from the coaches. Both coaches happy. Hull just need to be more clinical with ball in hand and keep up the rock tempo and keep connected in their defence was the message from John Cartwright and from Kurt Haggerty. Bradford have to stick to the system and work harder on the edge defence is the main message from him for this second period. 5 minutes of the second half play. Looking for a bit of width and then back from Skur again. An effort from Uribe Doro and a ball away, which keeps life interesting for his side. Eason Masters cutting back towards the middle and shaking off defenders as he does. And now that work down the middle has created a possibility down that left-hand side. Wonga Blake striding through. What a fantastic ball away that is. And it is another celebration of delight for Conor Wynne, who now has 2 on his return to this stadium, and Bradford Bulls have narrowed the gap.
Well, great play again over on that left-hand side, wasn't it? 6 minutes in the first half to score the first try, and Kurt Haggerty's men have done it again in the second half. Just before the 6 minute mark, but good play from them again. They like to look at that left-hand side, don't they? They go down the left-hand side with it. Eason Masters. Well, how many times have we seen him get his hands free, gets the ball away, Blake gets through, tips the ball on to Win, and it's the start that Kurt Haggerty would have talked about in the changing rooms. Just let's chance our arm, let's go through, pass the ball. Let's not just do 5 drives in a kick, sorry.
Well, there's certainly some character about this Bradford team. We're learning that already. Not quite down and out at 18 points to 10 down, but you did feel that LFC had the whip hand at that occasion. But now, with that kick that is good, Bradford are back within 2, back within striking range. and their supporters are having quite a time of it. It's their noise you can hear.
Well, that's the confidence that they need, isn't it? The tri-play. I really like that. He's nice and controlled when he gets his arms free, isn't he? Knows what he wants to do, powers through the line, gets his arms free, tips the ball on to win. We've got a game on now.
The Bradford fans just a moment ago were absolutely pouncing up and down, weren't they?
Do you know, he's made a real big effort and contribution, Evan Skirt. Been really good carrying the ball, the number 16 for Bradford.
There's Chamberlain. Penalty. Well, another lift if they needed it for the Bradford Bulls. There's belief. He will remember last time his team were in the top flight, but he'll be enjoying this effort so far tonight.
Tackle was complete on the floor. You need to get out on them quicker. On the foot, boys.
Holding down, that penalty's been given for. It's another representation of that new interpretation that we're seeing this season. Here comes Uribe Doro. Oh, and he's lost it. And Hull FC can pick it up and can reset the balance in their favour here.
Okay, of course, you just watch his reaction when he hits Uribe Doro, then enforces that error.
Price back for Sa. Sa trying to get the arm free, but decides against it in the end. Takes the tackle. Masoni skittling it away. Caesar and Price with a little bit of attacking intent, you could tell. It's taken on by Litton, who's very close to the touchline. A cry of hell before he got the ball away. So they'll simply go back and start again. Martin at dummy half. Will Price. Aidan Caesar drops it off. Lasoni shuffling forward. Caesar pincer movement down this left-hand side again. Here comes Cust with a short pass. Well, miscommunication, terrible effort, and a real chance is blown.
You know, it was a poor ball, wasn't it, from Cade Cust? It was never on. I think he was caught in two minds whether to throw the first ball to the sticks. You can just see, but he just tips it on. The ball was in front. He was looking to get the ball to big Sam Lasoni.
By the way, Hull FC, Bradford have now got their 18th man activated. That's as a result of the last injured player being injured in the act of a reported offence. So that's why Bradford Bulls can now bring in Elliot Paposhi if required. In fact, he's on the field, is Elliot. And Bradford are ranging forward. They're full of self-belief here. But they're running out of tackles. Chase on again. Masters goes up. Ball goes to ground. Was that knocked on? Yes, it was. The referee says play on. And Bradford Bulls find themselves with 6 tackles and only 10 metres away. What a chance here. A dash out of dummy half. Penalty again. What do you do here? Do you go for the 2 to level it up at this stage of the game?
Well, surely they must take the 2. But just looking at him, Joe Mellor. Yeah. Let's give the signal going for 2. I thought they were going to run it as well. They did. They did that in the first half when they had the opportunity to go for 2 points.
Yeah, this stage of the second half, it has a different complexion, doesn't it, in terms of taking the 2, because less than 30 minutes to play. It's highly unlikely that this will be the last score of the game, but Bradford would love to go into the final half hour, in fact less than that, all square, having pulled back that 8-point deficit.
And again, you're just not chasing the game, are you? If he knocks this 2 points over, I think the starting props have been rotated. Now they're back on the field in Lewis and Sutton to give them a bit of steel for the final 29 minutes.
Milnes has landed 2 out of 3 so far. This for his 3rd success of the night, and this to bring them all square. Left-footed is more than good enough. And it is all square. 28 minutes left to play, and newly promoted Bradford Bulls looking on and wondering, and they are more than wondering, they are hoping. Can they pull off the result that they came thinking might be a possibility, but possibly not a realistic intention? But here they are now, 18 points apiece, with 28 minutes to play.
Well, they just won't go away, will they? And you can imagine what the spend from Hull FC would be. One of the biggest spenders in Super League against a Bradford side that had to come up with a number of players from the Championship, but also just get a couple of players into the side that's going to help him. Joe Mellor, I think he's been very good today for Bradford.
Hold, wait, not early leg, go free.
Getting closer to that halfway line.
Hold, go 4. 40.
The kick and the chase, but this should be Will Price who gets across it. It is a 40-20 attempt. Ooh, and Price as well picks it up off what is going to be a greasy surface to make sure that it's safely collected.
Hold back. Go on.
Little leap to the air from Lewis Martin.
Well, again, this is where they just really need to work hard and not switch off, encourage each other. And the going's going to get a bit tougher as we get through the next 10 minutes. Hull FC will try anything that they can to really up the tempo of the game.
Well, it's the first time we've seen Brad Fash on the field, isn't it? And he's an eye-catching member of the personnel out there. Caesar, and now Price would have loved to have put one over the top for Martin, but the defensive cover was there to block it out. Caesar, therefore, at the end of the set, puts it up. Akins underneath it, and like a juggernaut, Litton came through to hit him hard, but well held by the Bradford fullback.
Well, timed that to perfection, didn't he? Masters now just trying to make some headway into this defence. Can't get out of the corner. They're so tight here, Hull FC. There's no gaps for Chamberlain to get through.
Wait, go free.
On a hat-trick is Conor Wynne. He's a long way from that goal line on that occasion. And they're still looking left, and they're still looking left with hope as well, but big defensive effort comes in on Wonder Blake. Bundled out of play. It was very tight down that touchline.
Well, they tried to get him for speed, didn't they? They're not going to get outside of Harvey Barron. Well, we've said before, he's a big, powerful winger, Harvey Barron. He'll certainly back himself, won't he? Against Blake, he's caused some problems for that right edge of Hull FC. And you can just see he slows down, he tries to just get back in field, Blake. He knows he's running out of trouble. He sees Blake. Oh, sorry, he sees Barron coming across. Just can't keep in the field of play. It's a big tackle, that. 35 metres out now from Bradford's line.
Hull FC would love to get their noses ahead again here. Find themselves in striking range with the set that is ahead of them here. Romano cuts back towards the middle. Cust collects again. This is just a big, boisterous effort from Aiden. Cust marching up there quickly. Caesar. And now Litton. And Litton carrying defenders. That's a strong effort from him. Here's Martin. Another set of 6 for Hull. They can really pound at this Bradford line. Romano. Caesar. And Lingy Sao just tangling with 3 defenders and just drawing a little more fuel from the Bradford fire, maybe. Cust goes out there. Caesar helps it on. Kemp. But Price doesn't really have room to work, so he makes room for himself, and Hardacre back on the angle. Bradford hanging on here. Price again off the left foot, but he can't step off the right because there's a clutch from Akers that just prevents him going forward. Caesar again with a chip to the corner. It is straight into the hands of Eason Masters, and Bradford Bulls pulling off an epic defensive effort and very nearly losing the ball again.
Oh, did really well, didn't he? Akins keep hold of that frantic set from Bradford. All hands on deck, wasn't it? There was a lot of speed in that set from Hull FC, and again, you just look at the line speed here now as Blake tries to get a quick play of the ball.
Wonga Blake wants to get to his feet. Yeah, he was hampered. You could see that little pull on his heels, and it means that Bradford get the penalty.
Yeah, they get out of trouble there. Aiken got hold of the ball. Blake, he's had a big influence on this game, hasn't he?
Are you good to go, Rob?
Scored a try, set up a couple.
He's behind us, come on.
It's definitely been one of Bradford's best. And now with a relieving kick to get out of trouble.
Yeah, will do, mate. Here, boys, it's a point, come on.
A little bit too much effort from Batcher on that occasion, which has given Bradford a chance to build again here. My goodness, I think if he'd have offered Kurt Haggerty before the game 18 points apiece with very nearly an hour played, he'd have taken that. Having said that, as Terry was saying, he has come into this game with some confidence about his side winning on this opening weekend, marking a statement of intent. Mellor, well, whether it was an offload or a drop, it doesn't matter because it has gone backwards and it keeps Bradford moving forwards. Aikens back to Milnes. This now is Blake. Here on the far side wing. Cutting back, looking for the middle. Great carry again from him. And they've still got 3 plays to go. 15 away. Mellor. Defence comes out. They try to pat it on and keep it alive. Chamberlain smothered as he takes possession. Aikens, another set of 6. Referee waves them on for a restart of the set. Masters. It's giving them a position from which to work with 5 more plays to go. Ackers, Mellor, a dummy and a go from Milnes. 10 away, just over. Mellor looking to orchestrate. Now he gets it out. Here comes Masters. Masters, but scythed down with a big effort from Caesar, who came down to cut down the opportunity. Ackers again. Keys. And on again by Milnes. And Milnes goes wide. And Wynn on that left-hand side can't shake off the defender. Work done by the black and whites. Mellor. Again, just putting questions in defenders' minds. But they're on the last here. Ackers goes left. It's a kick from Milnes into that in-goal area, and Will Price has to get across smartly to concede the dropout underneath the sticks.
Well, that's how you build your game, isn't it? Great play from Bradford. Got a 6 again. They were playing the ball really quickly, forcing the referee into making those decisions. A nice kick from Milnes, wasn't it? Just look at the pressure again coming from Fulton. Just forcing Will Price to knock that ball dead. We've got a decent final quarter, haven't we?
10 seconds of the shot clock left. So, he just got away with that. I think Will Price was looking to waste a bit of time there and suddenly realised the stop clock was against him and had to really get up and get on with it. And here comes trouble again. Harvey Hill leading the charge back. Rather, Logan Lewis leading the charge back for the Bradford Bulls, who searched down this near side. Masters. Well, we wondered how competitive the new clubs were going to be in Super League this year. I think we're getting answers in the early round, aren't we, with York's surprise against Hull KR and Bradford's battling effort here so far against Hull FC. This is Milnes. Aikens decides to pass rather than kick. Chamberlain cuts back on the inside. Hauled down by Romano. Quick pick-up, though, here. And a dash forward by Ackers. Mellor. Oh, and has his head taken. This is going to be a penalty and an opportunity for Bradford to take the lead here.
Yeah, it was Aidan Caesar who just gets wrong-footed by Joe Mellor. He comes back against the grain, doesn't he, Joe Mellor? And Aidan Caesar. Yes. Yeah, he definitely reaches around and
Yeah, I'm happy with just a penalty, mate, I'll be honest.
I think it'd be okay, Aiden Caesar.
Well, the video referee's getting involved as well here.
Well, sometimes it doesn't look good when the feet come off the ground and it looks more reckless, but I think it was more reaching than reckless. He knew he'd been beat. Joe Mellor cuts back against the grain, comes across. You see him just goes in the gap between Cust and Caesar. And when you slow it down, it always looks worse, doesn't it?
Aiden, just get them low, mate. Just get them low. Just get them low.
That is high, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is high. Absolutely. Absolutely, it's high. It's a penalty all day.
Yeah, it's low level force and it's a reaching out.
As soon as he hits him, you just look at what his reaction. He makes sure he holds on to Joe Mellor to make sure that he goes down the correct way. Well, Kurt Haggerty shaking his head, saying, thinking that should have been a sin bin at least.
Well, there is no further action against Aiden Caesar. It is, I'd say, just a penalty, but it could be a very costly penalty here because Bradford Bulls have a chance to take the lead for the first time since midway through that first half. 92% chance of putting this over. Success probability. But there's pressure on this, even with 18 minutes still to play. Milnes off the left foot, slides it in, cool as you like, and Bradford Bulls back in the Super League with an hour played in this very first game of their season, leading by 20 points to 18.
You know, there's a big thing here now as we go to the final stages of this game. John Cartwright's men are going to come out swinging. They're going to come out fighting. Bradford can't just try and defend the lead. They've got to go on to win this game. The exact same mentality that they started the second half with.
Good contact.
What an effort this is proving to be.
Go one, good 10.
Logan Lewis with that initial drive.
Callum away.
Bradford desperate to clear their lines here.
Well, they've been really good.
LFC desperate to close them down.
They've been really good in this second half, haven't they? They've not conceded a point. They've really took the game.
Well, Akers takes off and
great ball
back to Mellor, who's in support, and he too has support as well. It's a race to the line for Keys. They're trying to drag him down, and somehow Martin gets back there and at the last moment stops it all from happening. Bradford can't play the ball as cleanly as they would have hoped. Hull's defence scrambling back. Last play of the set. It's going to be taken up, and a chance for a step off the right foot, and another fantastic effort to deny Elliot Poposhi. A huge try. Well, as good as the attack was from Bradford, the defence, the desperate defence from Hull FC, could have major implications.
Yeah, look, the attack from Bradford was brilliant. Andy Akers first of all, then it was a nice little offload. Look at this. He knew where Joe Mellor was, offloads the ball to him, and then Keys goes through, but tremendous work getting back, preventing Keys from scoring from Martin, and then bodies on the line right the way through to the end of this set to just save that defence.
What a game this has turned out to be this afternoon, this early evening. And what a weekend this has turned out to be in the first of the new season. Hull FC needing to score. Bradford Bulls desperate to hang on. Cust and now Fash. But they've run out of plays. Just one to go. Caesar. Left footed, sticks it high in the air. Aikens underneath. Caught safely enough. Could we be heading for our first golden point game of the season as well here? That's always a possibility. Oh, the dummy shown by Milnes, and now he's through. Dragged down eventually, but Bradford again are on the front foot and travelling with intent. Here's Masters.
I just love the attitude which they're playing with. They're certainly backing themselves to go on and win this game.
Another set of 6. Hull FC too casual at the tackle. Again they look left. Again it's heading Blake's way, but again that whole defence works hard. It's back with Milnes. And a dummy shown. The surge from Sutton.
Move. Tackle 2. Hold.
Ackers. Milnes. Here is Masters.
Zach, get off the ball.
They've still got tackles here, plenty of them. Probing at this whole line. Milnes again. Mellor. Just directing players where he wants them to go. Has a nibble at the defence. Pops it back again. Paposhi plays it, and Ackers goes running out of dummy half. Sees a bit of looseness behind the rock, but he's lost the ball as he urges himself towards that scoreline. And Hull FC survive a huge scare.
Well, the fans now just trying to raise the roof, aren't they? Get behind the side. Andy Ackers, he spots a gap. He goes for it himself. As the former England international. It's just been brilliant. Rowan Milnes goes through, gets on the outside of Liam Knight. He looked cooked then, the big prop forward, and Andy Ackers, using his speed, just can't quite get over the line. As he's reaching out, he loses the ball.
Well, they're just trying to blast their way out of trouble here. Hull FC, Hardacre with that latest carry. That's a good carry and a good quick play the ball as well to keep his side on the front foot as they look for yards. Look for an escape. Lytton up to the halfway line. It's played quickly again. Burrow back on the field with his scurry and scamper. Harvey Hill stands it up and keeps it alive. Knight pops it over the top. Hardacre's back again here. There are 2 Bradford players down injured in back play at the moment. So just temporarily they were down to 11 in the defensive line. Ackers is still trying to limp back into position. Hull with an extra man to go with, but the kick again has been just taken in by Masters, and Bradford survived that scare, and now they look to take it the other way.
Well, that's great play, isn't it, from Masters to get hold of that ball. Like I said, a couple of players are really struggling here for Bradford. Andy Ackers just managing to get back behind the play of the ball, not moving comfortably.
Ackers is at 1 foot at the moment as Connor Wynne takes it out there, and the ball was lost in the collision, and Hull FC have every reason to celebrate that, because suddenly they are handed possession and position.
Yeah, well, that's it. They forced the error now, haven't they? As we see Andy Ackers just come to the sideline. Wynne just trying to use his strength, his power. Barron, when he gets hold of Wynne, doesn't he, forces the error. There's a pull of the ball by Barron, but the referee said that that's a loose carry. He's forced the error.
7. Have you got a 7?
Well, Ackers has been to the sidelines to have a little bit of treatment, and he's jogging back on there, just joining the back of the scrum now. And Hull FC through Caesar. Next score from either side could be a match winner, but Hull FC have been given an opportunity to go for 2 here and maybe level the game up. Penalty goes their way. The decision making from the bench straight away was go for the 2.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Will Price straight away just turned around to all his teammates, said, we're going for the 2. We know what sort of game this is. There's just over 10 minutes to go. We need to get our composure right.
Shot clock's on, Will. Stay 10.
And again, just NC's just manages to spot that some of those players are offside. He takes the ball, he goes into the line, he gets that penalty. Ackers has had to leave the field. He had to go back onto the field because the scrum was formed. He couldn't leave the field before that. And Will Price, wow, what a big kick this is from him.
Price slides it over, and with 10 minutes left to play, it is all square in this thrilling game. Do we find a winner in regular time, or are we going to golden point? So many questions hanging in the air. The noise just gets a little bit louder. What a match we've got now.
I tell you what we are going to see now. We're going to see a Bradford team that are going to throw absolutely everything when they have the ball at this Hull FC side. Hull FC, we turned up here today. Expectations huge in 2026 for them.
Well, we too sat in this same position just about this time last year, didn't we, when we watched that Hull against Lee game, which ended in thrilling fashion. And this, however it goes now, is going to end in thrilling fashion, one way or another. All faithful echoing down from the stands. Hull fans trying to lift their side. Bradford fans trying to match them, note for note. But it's a penalty for Hull. And at this stage of the game, decisions like this are massive.
Yeah, well, look at the way that Hull FC have reacted there to getting that penalty. As Mitch Suter, who's come onto the field for Andy Ackers, gives the penalty away. He's saying that he wasn't squirt at marker.
Hull FC with 6 plays to go. They will undoubtedly be thinking about drop goal at the end of this, unless something else pops up to their advantage. But at the moment it's down the middle, looking for position. Cust, Caesar, now they switch wide. And with some threat as well from Hardacre, and Hardacre just dragged down 5 metres short. But look how close they are. Couple of plays to maybe have a go for the 6, but they're certainly set for the 1, if that's what they desire. Back from Romano. Who's in position? Caesar's in position, but they ain't going to go that route just yet. Another surge. Caesar again, goes wide, almost through. Big effort to stop Batchelor, dragging him down. Are they going for the 1? No, they're not. They want all 6. Caesar out to that right-hand side. The kick for the corner has gone out of play, and it's a tap back on the 20. And it also gives Bradford 7 tackles to play with here.
Wow. Wow. You know, right in front of the Bradford fans as well. Some of those Bradford players now really are sucking in the big ones.
6 to go from here.
Good work, boys.
Scooter, Mitch Suter, Suter the Scooter on the field. Freshest pair of legs out there, but I'm sure heartbeat just as rapid as everybody else as they watch on and play on. Back to the middle by Paposhi. 18th man drawn into the action. Suter having a scoot, taking his side 10 metres closer. Drop goal visions in their minds at the moment as well. Here's Masters. How many plays left? 2 plays left in the set. They're going a little bit wide here. Suter takes them wide, so it's not the ideal position to go for a 1. You might still consider it, and back it does come to Rowan Milnes off the left foot, and he has put it wide. Tap back on the 20, but hang on. It's a charge down, yep. Milnes pointing out it was a charge down on the way through, and the referee correcting his decision and turning that into a dropout underneath the sticks.
Yeah, straight away, Rowan Milnes said to the referee, been touched by a Hull FC player. Like he said, Marcus Griffiths changing his decision, and rightly so.
This is breathless at the moment, absolutely breathless.
It's a brilliant game.
Do they go short? Yes, they do. What about this for a gamble? At this stage of the game, they desperately need it back. The ball goes to ground. Touch judge had a view and says it was a knock-on. And Hull do get it back. Gamble pays off.
Yeah, that is the big gamble, isn't it? You go for it, you go short, and then all of a sudden, if it doesn't come off, you're defending your line within a couple of plays. Masters disappointed, shake of the head.
6 minutes to go. We're in next score wins territory, surely. A scramble in the heights, a fumble down below, and here comes the bruising body of Lissoni. Burrow dashing up there again. Hull FC desperate to get down there, but look at this effort from the Bradford defence.
Yeah, nice defence, 3 in, very dominant.
All slows down, taken on again by Liam Knight. Burrow desperately wanting to cross the halfway line at this stage. Lissoni takes them there, inside Bradford territory. Cust grabbed round the shoulder, the referee says straight away. Baleful looks towards the touch judge from Hull players. This is the last. They're going to go for the drop goal attempt. Never really got high enough, and it'll bounce out of play, and again it's a gifted position here. Bradford start 20 from their own line.
Yeah, well, again, it is the gambler going for that 1 point.
Oh, hang on. Aidan Caesar's reckoning his kick was touched. So there's a captain's challenge.
The decision of a drop of a 20-metre restart, claiming it's been touched. Challenge it. Not seen it if they have, Aidan, I'm sorry.
Let's listen to the video referee here.
Well, I've called
another big call. Big call.
Okay, we have a captain's challenge. Hull challenging the on-field decision of a 20-metre restart, claiming it's been touched. So let's review the angles, please, to see. Is it touched? Can't see anything on that one. I'm just going to work my way through the angles.
He's got 6 angles to look at.
Camera 5. Let's just see if you can see anything there. There looks to be a gap there between his arms and the ball. You can see there's a gap there. I will just work my way through the angles just to be diligent. Camera 8 may be the best one. Let's just see if we can see. So you can see the ball there. You can see there's a clear gap between the hand and the ball. Just confirm it on camera 9.
This is the one, isn't it?
Is that touched or not? Based on all the angles, I've reviewed all the angles now, and the challenge is inconclusive.
Inconclusive, 20-metre restart. Inconclusive.
There you go, inconclusive. So they keep the challenge to Hull FC, but that decision does not go their way. If you've been watching the T20 Cricket World Cup on Sky Sports these last couple of weeks, you'd have maybe wished we could have borrowed the snickometer for that one, but that's not available. All available technology, inconclusive, and so Bradford survive with ball in hand. And are looking to range. Oh, it's a knock-on at the play the ball. Oh, what a big mistake that is at this stage of the game.
Well, that's what nerves do. Does to you. I think it was Eben's skirt.
Yeah, knocked back to his feet, rolling forward. Hull FC will go again. The pendulum swings very much in their favour here now. Caesar, Price, up to the line. Bradford's energy is almost out, but they've got to lift from somewhere. Back to the well for their effort and enthusiasm. Hull FC are poised. A skip away by Burrow. Price dashes in there. Behind the big man and into the hands of Knight. And Knight carries with some force. The goal line is almost in touching distance. But Bradford battle on, and Burrow cannot find a way through. Last play, Caesar's back in the pocket. A good way back in the pocket. The ball goes out to him. He's suddenly closed down. Price gets the boot on that, and Will Price sticks it between the uprights. And with 3 minutes to play, that could be a match-winning moment and heartbreak for the Bulls. Is there a response?
Absolute incredible. Will Price would have been brought up on the terraces in a Bradford jersey. Well, he's just sunk the hearts of all those Bradford fans. Gets the 1 point, sticks it between the H's. What a tough contest we've seen here.
It ain't over yet. 3 minutes to go. Bradford don't get the ball back here, but they will. You'd calculate at least a couple of sets. Their task here is to keep Hull FC penned as long as possible inside their own half. Lassoni still on his feet, but not for long.
Still got hold of it. Hold.
3 tackles gone, 3 to go. Hull fans beginning to believe now as Knight takes them further.
Well, Hull FC now just got to close this game out. Next few plays, get it trapped into a corner, come up with a big defensive play.
Kick's important here, bit of a delay with the pass, but eventually it is away by Caesar. Oh, and it's allowed to bounce, and that's a dangerous gamble. The ball goes backwards, it's down on the ground, and somehow scrambled to safety.
Well, they get another set of 6, a drop out, the black and whites.
Joe Keys getting in there. Bradford fans again are finding their voice. They've got to go short, surely, from this dropout. Got to go short to try and win the ball back. That's exactly what they do. The ball hangs up there, but it's far too close to Lewis Martin. And Hull will celebrate that moment. That takes them a step closer to victory. Here's Litton. Burrow. Waiting patiently. Hull FC quite happy with a slow play the balls at the moment. Seeing that clock tick down. Hill rolling and playing. Cust with a short one. Knight with a burst. Gets the offload as well. Cust goes dancing closer and scores the try that wins the game for sure. It'll be checked. The referee's pointing the finger, but there didn't look like anything wrong with that. What a battle they've endured here, but it's joyfulness that comes to the fore at the end of the game.
Wow. Cade Cust comes up with the try, but there looks some relief players there in Hull jersey. What a game this has been. Cade Cust just manages to get the ball, uses his footwork, gets out of some weak defence, tired defence. It's been a real break.
Confirmed by the way, Terry, if anyone's nervous about that, we just heard from the video referee, try confirmed in the background.
Yeah, it's been a brave effort, hasn't it, from Bradford? Let me tell you, been incredible. They've not gone away throughout this game. And Hull FC and those fans will have knew that they've had to work really hard to get this result.
Well, Will Price here, there's 40 seconds left on the kick clock and 1 minute left in the game. He's every right to stand here for the next 30 seconds and see that clock tick down, but he's not going to do that. He's confident enough that his side are in a winning position now at 27 points to 20. Not even a miracle can rescue Bradford now. Hull FC have got their first home win of the season in their first game of the season.
Yeah, a big result. Nice offload, wasn't it, from Knight? Nice work from Cust. Gets rid of Ryan Sutton, goes over the line to the relief of his teammates and the fans in here.
Well, what a game, what a display. I mean, Bradford Bulls will walk away from here absolutely heartbroken. That is short of the 10, so it's going to be a penalty Hull's way. Absolutely heartbroken with the way this has finished, because they could so easily have won this. I say easily, it's been hard work all the way for both sides.
Yeah,
but they will take so much from what they've got.
Yeah, they put so much effort in, and if they can match that enthusiasm every game, they're going to upset some sides in Super League, some big sides.
Catalan at home is their next game. And then Toulouse at home, so the two French teams coming to Bradford in the next couple of weeks. But their thoughts won't be on that just at the moment. Hull FC, what a start for them. Wigan away for them in a week's time. York at home the week after that. But they've started the season with a win. And these two clubs have started the season with a bang. They have run themselves to absolute exhaustion out there. The hooter sounds, the referee confirms with a blast of the whistle the end of a game that will live long in the memory.
Yeah, incredible game. No, you got to feel sorry, don't you, for those Bradford players. They put so much in. Not many people would have looked at this fixture expecting Bradford to come in round one and beat Hull FC. Well, like we said at the start of the game, Kurt Haggerty, well, it's not age to make the numbers up in Super League. He's got full confidence